Hi, welcome to the lecture on context-free grammars. Yesterday we were discussing about the context-free grammars, and we have seen a grammar is defined as VTPS, and we have seen the derivation in which we have two types: leftmost derivation and rightmost derivation. So today we'll start with a new topic, that is a language. So now we know that a grammar can be defined as VTPS, where V is a set of variables, T is set of terminals, P is set of productions, S is the start symbol. If this is the grammar, using this grammar, then we can get some language, and it is indicated as L of G. It can be generated. Now, the language generated by the grammar is indicated as L of G, and W is the string obtained by this particular grammar. So it is indicated as L of G, where W is the string obtained. How we have obtained the string W? We started with the start state of the given grammar, and the string is the combination, that is W is the combination of terminal symbols. We know what is terminal symbols by yesterday's class. We know that terminal symbols are the symbols that are in smaller case, right? So now let us see an example. Here what I have written, A tends to A bar AA, is a grammar that we have taken. Let us see what we can generate by this grammar. See here, A tends to A. So for the value of A, I can take small a, that is your first string, this one. Then if I go for the second derivation, what I have, A tends to AA, where this A can be replaced with small a by using the other definition of it. So the string obtained is double A. Suppose instead of taking small a here, that is this definition, if I take the second definition only, that is AA, and in next iteration, if I change it to AA, and this variable, if I change it with the terminal symbol A, I'll get triple A's, that is the third string. So this is the grammar which starts with single A and it ends with n number of A's. That means I am taking, for this A, I am taking the equivalent definition of AA every time. I will be adding one A to the string. So these are the possibilities that we can, possible strings that we can get from the given grammar. So what we do, we will define this language as, the language can be defined as A power n, where the minimum number of A is 1. That's why the value of n is greater than or equal to 1 here. So this is an example of the language that is obtained from the given grammar. Now, examples of the grammars. So what are the examples of the grammars we have? See here, the grammar given is S tends to ACA, C tends to ACA or B. Now, let us see what is VTPS in this. Set of variables we have is S and C. Set of terminal symbols we have is A and B. Production, we have two productions. Then the start symbol is H itself. So what I do, in the derivation, I'll start with the start symbol S. So that is S is equal to ACA, where C is a non-terminal symbol. So for this C, I can take two definitions. I can go with the first definition ACA, or I can go with the second definition B. So what I do, instead of taking B, I'll take the definition ACA. So C is replaced with ACA in the next derivation. In the third derivation, what I do, again C will be replaced with ACA. Okay. So somewhere I need to stop, no? So to stop, what I do, the non-terminal symbol or the variable C what I had, I'll replace it with the terminal symbol B. Now see, look at the string. I have 3A's followed by B followed by 3A's. So can't I say the string that I am obtaining here is A power 3 B A power 3. Now coming back to the definition, the derivations you see here, for this C, instead of taking ACA, if I had taken B in the first step only, this should be B. Then you have ABA. Or in the second step, if I replace C with B, I was getting 2A followed by B. Then I used to have 2A's again. That is A square B A square. I continued it for the third step. That's why you have 3A's followed by B followed by 3A's. So if I keep on continuing the replacement of C with ACA, I will be getting the string A power n B A power n. If I continue to replace ACA for n times, I will be getting A power n B A power n. So the language obtained here is L of G is equal to A power n B A power n, where n is greater than or equal to 1. Why n is greater than or equal to 1 here? See, if I take the value of C as B in the first production only, you have 1A followed by B with one more A. That means what? At least you have 1A, no? So the value of n you have here is 1. So n is equal to 1 here. So this is the second example of the grammar. Let us see some problems on the grammar. Now look at the problem. The problem we have is obtain a grammar for generating a language A power n B power n, where n greater than or equal to 0. That is n number of A's followed by n number of B's. Now see here, if the number of A's is 0, I have 0 number of A's and 0 number of B's. So the string that I'll get is epsilon. Now if value of n is equal to 1, I have AB. If the value of n is equal to 2, I have double A followed by double B. So this is what are the example strings for the given language. Now the first production, what I can do is, I want to write a production such that I'll get only epsilon. That is S tends to epsilon. I am taking a start symbol S and I am saying let S be epsilon to get the first string. Notice the second definition of the start symbol I can give. S tends to, look at here, I have A starting with A and ending with B. That means I have A and I have B. This is the second one. Now if I want to get 2A and 2B, I cannot add one more production here. Instead of that, what I do, in between I'll add S here. That means what? If you want to stop with AB only, you take the value of S as epsilon. If you want to go for double A and double B, what I can do here, look at the derivation. This will become A. For S, I have the definition of ASB, no? So I'll take ASB again. and this b I'll keep it as it is. Next time I'll take s as epsilon. So how many you got? Double a double b. Suppose if I replace s with asb third time, I'll get 3. So on combining these two, I'll get the grammar s tends to epsilon bar asb. I will combine two productions into a single production here. Okay, so this is the grammar for the given problem, that is for the language a power n b power n where n greater than or equal to 0. Now, if the same problem is changed to n greater than or equal to 1, we'll see what happens to it. Now see here, obtain the grammar for language L is equal to a power n b power n where n greater than or equal to 1. Now what happens is, whatever the epsilon I had here will not be there anymore. So I removed epsilon from here. Its equivalent production will also be removed. So I removed its equivalent production. Now what is the basic string I get? The basic string I get is AB. So the basic string is AB. Epsilon is replaced with AB here. And the second half will remain same to get multiple number of A's followed by multiple number of B's. So this acts as the grammar for the given problem a power n b power n where n greater than or equal to 1. Just a slight change, instead of epsilon we are taking ab here, that's it. Now let us take a look at the next problem. See here, obtain a grammar for the language L is equal to a power n plus 1 b power n where n greater than or equal to 0. Now let us consider, if the value of n is equal to 0, what is the string I will get? L is equal to, if the value of n is equal to 0, this will not be there. So I will get only a, that is the basic string. If the value of n is equal to 1, I will get 1 plus 1, 2 a's followed by a single b. If the value of n is equal to 2, I will get 3 a's followed by double b. Now 1a I am getting extra every time. What is the basic string I have? A. So the first production will be s tends to a. Now see here, every time you are getting 1a with 1b, 2a with 2b. In between you have a, one extra a, that is this one every time. So how I can write it? I can write it as s tends to asb. That means the first half of the a's that you get will be same as the second half of the a's every time. But when you stop it, this s in between you have should always be an extra a you have. Isn't it or not? So see here, the grammar is combination of these two productions. Let us write a derivation and see. Example to getting the derivation, I have s tends to asb. Next what I do, this s I will replace it with asb again. Next what I do, I will take a, s is replaced with asb again. So finally what I do, I have to stop somewhere. So what I do, I will take the value of s as a. So that will be 4 a's followed by 3 b's, where the number of a's you have is 1 extra compared to number of b's. So this is the grammar for the given problem. Okay. So we'll take the next problem now. Look at the language given. Obtain the grammar for the language L is equal to a power n b power 2n. That means what? If you have 1 a, there should be 2 b's. If you have 2 a's, there should be 4 b's. That is, whatever the number of a's you have, the number of b's should be exactly twice of it. Now if the number of A's is 0, entire thing will be epsilon. So the first example string would be epsilon if n is equal to 0. If n is equal to 1, what do I get? I'll get A, B, B. If n is equal to 2, 2 A's followed by 4 B's. 3 A's followed by 6 B's. Likewise. Suppose if this problem was for A power n, B power n, we have already solved it. What was the string, what was the grammar I was getting? B, right? This was the grammar if it was A power n, B power n. Now instead of this, what I have? 2n, right? So the number of B should be increased by 1. See here, this is the grammar for the given problem, where for every 1A you have 2 B's. You can do the derivation of it and see whether you get these strings or not. Okay, so now we'll go to the next problem. See, based on this problem, there are two more problems. So we'll see how to write a grammar for this. Here the question says, obtain the grammar for the set of all palindrome over summation is equal to over the alphabets A comma B. That means what? We'll write some palindrome examples. Suppose if I write a null string epsilon, it is a palindrome. If I write single A, this is a palindrome because it is starting with A and ending with A. If I write 1B, it is a palindrome, right? If I write AA, palindrome, BB, palindrome, A, B, A is a palindrome, A is a palindrome, A, B, A, and so on. So now the grammar should accept all these palindromes. Likewise, we have to design. So what we do now here is, we'll take the first case where the first production would be S tends to epsilon. See, that is the first case. Epsilon is also a palindrome, that is S tends to epsilon. Now, what is the second case? The palindrome can be either A or B. That can be written as S tends to A bar B. The palindrome can be either A or B, that is S tends to A or B. Now, let us go to the combination of the strings like this. That can be given as, the string may start with A and end with A, that is ASA. The string can be starting with B and ending with B, that is BSB. So now we have three productions where you have S tends to epsilon, S tends to A or B, or S tends to ASA or BSB. On combining these three productions, we will get its equivalent grammar. So the grammar is S tends to epsilon, S tends to A or B, or S tends to ASA or BSB. Now let us see its equivalent derivation. Let me take the third derivation. S means what? It can be ASA. Next, what I do? I'll replace S with BSB. Now what do you get? A, BSB, A. This is replaced with these three. Next, what will happen? I can take the value of S with epsilon. Then what do you get? A, B, B, A is a palindrome. Likewise, using this grammar, you can do some more derivations and check whether the obtaining string is a palindrome or not. Okay, so we'll see the next problem. It says obtain the grammar for the language L is equal to WW par R, where W is the combination of A's and B's. See, one more thing here. This is also a palindrome here, right? But there is a difference between this palindrome and the previous palindrome. In the previous palindrome, you can get epsilon also, but here the first half of the string should be exactly opposite to the second half of the string. That is like V par R we solved in the last classes. Now see here, if I take the first string as epsilon, the second string also be epsilon only. See now, in the last problem for the palindrome, if I had taken ABA, this should accept. But in this problem, if I take ABA, it should reject. Why? Here, if you take this as W, the second half should be ABBA, right? You cannot have odd number of length here. It should be even number all the time. So the production will be, see, for the first one epsilon, the first production is S tends to epsilon. Now see, all the other examples I have taken, all are having even length only, wherein the string is starting with A, ending with A, starting with B, ending with B, starting with A, ending with A, starting with B, ending with B. So the next productions would be S tends to ASA or BSB. Let me check whether I can reach this string by using this grammar. See, I have a definition S tends to BSB. See here, S tends to BSB. Now, for the value of S, I'll take ASA. ASA. B, I'll take it as it is. Now, for the value of S, I'll take epsilon. So, we'll get BAAB. Hence, we have reached this string. Likewise, you can do the derivations and check whether the other strings are accepting or not. So we'll go to the third type of palindrome, and the palindrome says, this is not exactly the palindrome, but what it says is the number of A's in the string should be equal to number of B's. Palindrome is a part of it, that's it, but this is not palindrome exactly. For example, I'll tell you when it will not be palindrome. He is saying the number of A should be equal to number of B's. For example, I'll write AB. See here, the number of A is 2, the number of B is 2. Is it a palindrome? No, it is not a palindrome. Right? You take here ABBA, it is a palindrome, but here also the number of A's is equal to number of B's. Correct? So the string should have equal number of A's followed by equal number of B's. That is the condition given here. Now, take some examples. First example is epsilon. So the first production would be S tends to epsilon. Look at the second one, AB. That is, if it is starting with A, it should end with B. Look at the second example, BA. If it is starting with B, it should end with A. So, see here, S tends to ASB, S tends to BSA. Now see here, look at these three productions. Here, if I derive using this, S tends to ASB, and in the next step, if I take this S as epsilon, the string would be AB. That is what you have got here. Similarly, using this production, if I start the process, suppose if I write S tends to B S A, and for S, if I take epsilon, this would be what? BA. That is what you have got here. So 3 productions are eligible now. But how do I get this one? Using these productions I cannot get it, because I have the production starting with A, ending with B. I have the production starting with B, ending with A. But I don't have the production starting with A and ending with A. Similarly, I don't have the production starting with B and ending with B. So to do that, what we do, we will take the new production, that is S tends to SS. That is, I am combining these two productions together. Now see, for the first one, let us take the string ABBA. So I have taken the string ABBA here, in which AB can be obtained by using this production. We have seen that here. Similarly, BA can be obtained from the second production using, you can see that here. So if I combine these two S's together, that is, it is starting with A and it is ending with A in SS. Similarly, if I take the reverse of it, it is starting with B and ending with B. So that I can easily get this string as well as this string. So the grammar for the given problem, that is, obtain the grammar to generate the language where L is equal to some string, wherein in that string the number of A's should be equal to number of B's. Then we have taken all the possible examples, we have generated its equivalent productions. So on combining all these productions, we will get, this is the grammar for the given problem, wherein the value of V, set of variables, what are the variables we have? Only S. Okay, what are the terminals we have? We have A, B and epsilon. What are the productions? 1, 2, 3, 4 productions are there. Then what are the start state we have? It is also S only. So this is an example where the number of A's should be equal to number of B's. So the last 3 problems are somewhere connected together. See, first one is a palindrome where you can have epsilon, you can have just A, you can have just B, or the combination of A's and B's, where it is starting and ending with A, or it is starting and ending with B. So 3 cases are there in it. S tends to epsilon, S tends to A or B, or S tends to A as A or B as B. This is the grammar of it. Second type of the problem is WW par R, where the first half of the string should be same as the second half of the string. I mean, the first half of the string, whatever you have, the second half of the string should be reverse of it. So here the combination we get is epsilon, where this is null as well as the reverse is also null. If the first string is A, the reverse is also A, that is AA. First one is B, reverse is also B, that is BB. If first one is AB, second one is its reverse, BA, ABBA, and so on. So the string or the grammar or the productions can be written like this, that is S tends to epsilon for the first case. What is the second case? Starting with A, ending with A. Starting with A, ending with A, with any number of A's or B's here. Using this production, I can get B, or using the same production, I can get A. Similarly, it can start with B and end with B. So I have B as B, where S can be for used for adding A's, or it can be used for adding B's. Okay. So the third type of problem is obtain the grammar to generate the language wherein a string is generated in which the number of A's is equal to number of B's. These are the possibilities where the case one is just epsilon null string, or ASB, or BSA, starting with A ending with B, starting with B ending with A. Or if I want to get the combination, I'll combine these two together and I'll say S tends to SS. So the grammar would be this. So that's it, guys. We'll stop for the session at this stage, and we'll see some more problems in the coming classes. Thank you.